Hey guys, tinessanicole here. I was at work today and I just started thinking about let it burn. The topic let it burn came to me. And so, whenever something like that, a phrase or a word comes to me, I sit and marinate on it for a minute. And so, I started thinking about letting it burn. So, I started thinking about different things that burn. The first thing that I thought about was a cut. Yesterday, I got like a scratch on my hand, and every time I wash my hands, it burns. Um, I also thought about when I go to the gym, I go to, it's called F45. And so typically we do 3 sets of each exercise. Set 1 is usually, not too bad. Set 2 gets a little worse. And set 3, it burns. And so I really have to practice that mind over matter to push through that third set because it burns. And so of course that made me start thinking about in life, what is it that we need to let burn? I don't think you heard me. What is it in your life that you need to let burn? Like, what do you need to just let it burn? Go through it, feel the burn. It's kind of like I said, when you get a cut and you wash your hands, every time it burns, it doesn't make you not wash the cut anymore. Or at the gym, if you're disciplined, you're going to do that third set, even though it burns, because it's working for you. It's working for your good. And so that's what I want to talk about. What in life do you need to let it burn? And so I started thinking about when I allow someone to irritate me, and everything in me, naturally you want to get them told. You want to curse them out. You want to say some real foul stuff to them. Instead, let it burn. Let that burn out of you. Let that negativity burn out of you. Let the toxins of it burn out of you. So I was talking to my brother, of course, because I asked him, when I say let it burn, what comes to mind? And so he brought up relationships. More so relationships with your family. I have a very unique family, and there's opportunities to get offended, but we don't always take them. Notice I said always. Sometimes I take the bait, sometimes he takes the bait. But so anyways, we started talking about letting it burn in relationships. And like I said, for this conversation, we're going to talk about with families, aunts, uncles, mother, father, sister, brother, that maybe you're having an issue with and you need to just let it burn. And so from there, he mentioned about burning bridges is what he thought about. And so I told him that was one of the things that came up for me too. So we started talking, and I was saying how some bridges need to be burned because I don't want you coming to visit, and I darn sure don't want to go visit you. So the bridge needs to be burned. Not all relationships or not all instances do you need to burn the bridge, but there are some that you definitely need to burn that bridge. And I don't use the term, like for me, I don't say that, oh no, someone's dead to me, because it's not for me to kill anybody. But what I will say is they're a wall to me, meaning I see walls, I maneuver around walls, but I don't talk to walls. I don't address walls. And so that's what it would be sometimes in a relationship. Now, I know the Bible talks about, honor your father and your mother so that your life will be well with you. So, of course, there are some relationships you can't totally burn and pretend like they don't exist, but you can regulate them. And so if someone, I don't care who it is, mother, father, sister, brother, children, if they're grown, constantly poke the bear, so to speak, you got to distance yourself. You got to regulate that relationship. And I believe at first giving a warning, letting them know that, hey, this here is unacceptable. I'm not for it. I'm not doing this with you. And so I'm going to need you to stop. If they keep doing it, what do? I'm glad you asked. You let it burn. You let it burn from a distance. You know how if there's a big enough fire in your town, in your city, wherever you live, you can see that smoke in the sky from miles away. That's how you would do it if there is someone that you can't totally dead the relationship because God has a promise tied to it, but you can let it burn. Sometimes space needs to be placed so that feelings can get healed, people can process and work out their issues, sometimes separately. Not all issues need to be discussed immediately, especially if the person knows. I believe that sometimes people know what they're doing. They know exactly what they're doing and they continue to do it. Why? Because they get a rise out of you. I think I mentioned in past videos, but one of the things that I've been really researching as of late in the past 4 to 5 months, maybe 6 months, is the narcissist. And so sometimes you have narcissists in your family who their sole purpose is to try to piss people off. Yeah, piss people off. And so you have to decide, you've got to rise above it. You've got to rise above it. You can't keep allowing someone to poke the bear and know that they poked the bear. You got to be able to say, okay, yep, they're poking me, but I'm going to leave before I say something that I shouldn't say. One of the things I'll warn people who I feel like they're poking the bear, and let's say I'm the bear, they're poking the bear. I'll warn them because, physically violent, you'd have to do something to my children really for me to get physically violent with you. But verbally, I say my mouth should be a licensed weapon. And so I don't just spray any type of nonsense out of my mouth, because I understand how powerful words are. I understand that I can tear someone down literally and figuratively with my words, because anything that has happened to date has happened as a result of words. And so we've got to be mindful. I've got to be mindful of my words, because I don't ever have to use profanity. I don't have to use lies. I can lack of a better word, kill you with my words. Again, so I have to be more mindful of my words. And so that's the word for today. I'm not even going to give you any tips or tools of how to deal with situations, because I believe sometimes the situations are for you to work out. You've got to be able to work out your situation in you, because if someone is able to poke the bear, like I said, I believe maybe it's because it's something in you that needs to burn out. So I want you to let it burn. Let it burn. And if they're not a relationship that you have a promise from God that it's an ordained relationship, burn the bridge. But still let it burn, because you know that you can burn the bridge and never see them again, never talk to them again. But still that wound that they said, or, maybe something they did that offended you, is still there. You still feel it. You still got to go through it. And so just let it burn. Let it burn like you do at the gym. If you don't go to the gym, let it burn like you would do if you know you got a cut and you need to wash it. Or maybe you put alcohol on it. Let it burn. I want that to burn into your brain. I want you to hear me, so the next time someone pushes your buttons, tap dances on your nerves, or pokes the bear, I want you to let it burn. Thank you for watching. I would love it if you subscribe, so that way you can know when I post videos. I would also love it if you would follow me over on Instagram. And I am tinessanicole, same as my handle here, tinessanicole. You can find me on Instagram. Until next time, we'll see you later. Bye-bye.